Yo, what's up? So I've been making log drum tutorials and teaching people how to create log drum in Amapiano for a really long time. And over the years, Amapiano has evolved and it has gotten into a point where it sounds way more different and way more improved than where it was. And a lot of people are falling behind. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create Amapiano that's powerful and make sure that your log drums are really good and they stand out in your tracks, because Amapiano is all about log drum. And that's where a lot of people struggle to make log drum that sounds really good and that matches the log drum that other people are making. So I'm going to show you how exactly in this video, right? So I have a track here and I have a simple log drum. So this is just an original log drum, like just what a log drum sounds like in this track when it's just on its own without doing anything. It sounds super weak. Like this is the default log drum that you find when you just load up a log drum. That's how it sounds like in this track. So most people will load up their log drum like this and then they're like, it doesn't sound powerful, it doesn't sound good. What can I do? What should I do? And you try a lot of things, but it still doesn't sound good. Now listen to how my log drum sounds like when I've done everything that I'm going to show you in this video. You can now feel the power of the log drum. Now even take a listen to this part here where you have even more. Come on, bro. It sounds so amazing. It sounds so good. So I'm going to show you exactly how. So when you're producing your track, you must always think about log drum not just as a simple bass, but you must also think about it as like any other musical part that you have in your track. So the first thing you want to do is have two patterns of log drum. So if you look down here, I have two patterns of log drum. I have this pattern 8 here, this pattern 6, and then pattern 7. So you want to have, I can just literally rename them and say log A. And then I can rename the second one here to log B, like that, so that I know that this is A and this is B. So the first log drum I have here sounds like this. So it's a really powerful log drum, but it doesn't have a lot of attack. It sounds more with less attack. It doesn't have that punchiness and that knock that you want, right? So it's just to get you into the bass. And then the second one I have, it's got more knock. So in the track, they sound totally different. When this one starts playing, you can feel the bass, you can hear that there's something happening here, and then you like it. And then when the second part, you really start to feel the difference and the knock, and it'll keep people really engaged and feel how the log drum's even opening up and moving. So that's something that you always want to do in your Amapiano tracks. You don't need just one log drum the whole time without having to add a second version. Now the next thing you want to do is that in order for your log drum to really stand out, you want to layer it with a super bass sound, right? So the popular one I always use is the E flute preset. So here's the log drum without this E flute, right? The same log drum I was playing. Now here's with. Like you can literally hear the low end difference here. If you don't hear it, make sure to watch this again when you have really good bass in your speakers or your headphones. Like you really need to feel what this bass is doing. So if I just turn off the log drums and then I just play this bass on its own, it sounds like this. So you can hear that it's super low frequencies. Super low frequencies. Let me show you the EQ here so I can show you the frequencies in case you haven't heard it yet through this video. So you see how low these frequencies are. Those are the frequencies that add all the power and all the presence that you want so that you can hear it like to be really powerful in bass bins and speakers that have a lot of bass. Even if you have a subwoofer in your home or in your studio, this is the bass that you feel. So this is the kind of bass you won't get naturally within your own log drum. It's not super powerful. Let me bring back the log drum here and let me show you on the EQ that you won't really feel this bass here. Let me go back and show you. Like you can see, it's trying, but it has all these dips here. It's not as powerful as the one you saw before. And that's where you don't have that energy. That's why I add this extra sub layer that just is playing the same pattern, kind of the same pattern, but it also is different from the one that the log drum is playing. So what you can also do with a bass like this, with the original log drum, if you feel like they might be clashing and things like that, you can just filter out its low end frequencies like this. Like you can EQ out until 50 hertz right here. Don't overdo it. Do you hear how weird this sounds like now? So you just want to end it here because you still want these low frequencies here to be there because that's where all the body of the log drum is. And then you can just find a place where it sounds natural to you, because you don't want to start to get phasing and issues like that in the track while you're producing. So that's what you want to do. And now if we take a look at the patterns themselves of the log drum bass themselves, you can see that there's also another difference that I didn't touch on here that I wanted to show you. So the log drum patterns themselves have slides in them, right? So the original log drum that I have doesn't have slide. Like if I show you log drum B here and I show you this one, this one has a little bit of some slides in there, but it won't slide because the log drum itself is not sustaining. So it's a slide right there, right? And then over here you can see that there's this white ghost note here, which is our sub bass that's down below here. So if I play the sub bass, it sounds like this. So you heard it slide over here. But with the sub bass, you don't want to do too many slides. So you can see it only slid right there, but it's not sliding anymore. But the top bass here, I have a lot of slides here. I have another one also here. Let me make sure I turn that on. It's here. So it's those little touches that add a lot of interest to your track, so that when you play it, both these basses are following each other's pattern, but they have those slight differences. So that they sound really good, right? And then now that you have your bass in your track like this, so now what you want to see is I sent all my log drums to different channels. Like you see, E flute over here is on 16 and the log drum is on 15. So if I come to my mixer like this, you can see both are right here. So I've got E flute, I've got log drum number 2 and log drum 1 here. So now if let's say you have even more log drums here, what you want to do is create an insert here that you can call you can just call this bass like that, and I can just give it a color. Let me unlock these and make like a super loud color like that. And now that I have this, I'm gonna send all these, both of these, I'm gonna send them all to, I'm gonna send them to that same channel. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure they come here. So I'm going to click and then click down here, click and click down here. And then you just want to detach them from the master because you don't want to send them to your master. So I'm going to make sure I don't connect them. So what I'm doing right now is the cable. So you can see there's a cable that's coming from this arrow going down to the master. You want to switch that off so that your sound comes from the channel and then it goes to this bass here. So now if I play the log drum part right here, you can see everything is coming in here. If I mute, all the bass is gone. So this is all the bass that we have in this track. So now over here, you can start to add effects now. You can start to process. If you still want to EQ your bass, you can EQ it if you want. And if you also want to add like maybe some distortion effects, you can also add that depending on what kind of distortion you want. If you want to add a limiter, you can add your limiter here. So to add more punch, if you want to add something like, let's say, a blood overdrive, for instance, you can also add that to add some distortion. So now you're getting a lot of volume and you're getting a lot of punchiness out of it, and everything is starting to feel much, much louder. So that's basically how you want to create your log drum. There are more ways I can show you, but I don't want to make this video super long. I'm definitely going to come back with more videos on how you can even improve your log drum much more. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like, and also let me know how you create your log drums in your music down below in the comments.